Okay, welcome back everybody again. Like I say, I always keep it real or keep it raw. No, I keep it raw or keep it real. Either way, we got to do that. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so welcome back if you've been here before. If not, thanks for coming and trying out my videos. I'm going to show you how to cut some wax leaf ligustrums. A very popular and very common plant, very easy to root. I mean, you almost just can't kill these things if you tried. So, but don't try. So I took these cuttings earlier off a plant. I kept them in water for a while. It's pretty healthy. The leaves look fine. There's nothing wrong with them. These are hardy plants too. You can almost not even freeze these things. Actually, they didn't freeze in that big freeze we had last year or whatever. They were fine. I'm gonna cut this one, say about right here. I'm gonna cut it at a 45-degree angle. If you know me, you know I love my 45s. There we go. So we got this piece right here. Now, where I cut it off so the new growth, any new growth won't take the energy from making roots. Okay, you want to make sure all the energy for this plant goes into healing the scar that I'm going to make it, and the scar is going to strike a root. You don't want new leaves forming right now. You need roots forming. So like on this branch, I'm going to cut off these two top leaves. It's just what I do. It's always worked. Okay. Now, I took all the bottom leaves off, and you have all these leaf nodes where they were at. So I cut it here. Oh, I missed it. Make sure these are clean every time you do a different plant. So I have two nodes. You see that one right there and this one right here. What I've done is I will scar it from node to node. Okay, this is just what I've done forever. It's always worked. So I just scratch it like this. Put a little damage on it. What it's going to do is going to try to heal itself. And then when it heals itself, let me take this node off. It's going to form roots. All right, so let me get a cup with some mix in here. I'm using heavy perlite with potting mix. You can use peat moss. Peat moss works just as well. I use this because it has food in it already. So once it strikes root, it can start feeding. So I'm going to pack this in pretty tight. And of course I'm using plastic cups because I'm going to transplant these into 1-gallon pots. And then reuse these cups. So I'm going to take this, get it a little wet. I'm going to dip in some rooting hormone. Like that. Just cover the whole scar that I just made. See right there? And I'm going to shove this straight in the dirt, and I'm not going to move it. I'm going to put a little water in here so it won't dry out. But after that, no more watering. Just like that. Put a little water. I put water because they're new cuttings. They're going to dry out fast. But once it's in the little greenhouse, when it's in this greenhouse, there's going to be plenty of humidity in there. You got to keep the leaves moist or humid. You don't want them soaking wet, like water dripping, but you want it humid in there. And once these stay humid, they're not going to dry out. You don't have to worry about keeping. You want this to dry. Keep this wet and keep this dry. But right now, I'm keeping it wet because I don't want the leaves to dry out until I get it in the greenhouse and starts for a couple days. It's gonna get into my makeshift greenhouse for a few days. And then I have this cutting right here. I would take this top, just cut that one off. Take 2 leaf nodes. These are small cuttings for the fact that I'm just showing you how to do it. You can take bigger ones. This plant, it's pretty soft. See, I'm scratching all that. It's soft everywhere. It's not real hard wood. You don't want to really do the hard wood. This is easier to, it's going to callus, I guess what you call it, over here. If you have the hard woody parts at the bottom of the tree, it's already basically, it's not going to work. I mean, it will. If you can find a way to make it work, let me know in the comments. But I always take not the green part, but the more woody part, and then strike root with that. I've just done it for so long my way, and it's always worked. I just found a way to do it. You can find your own way to do it. Actually, I'm gonna use this one in a different cup. Whatever works for you, just try it. Get you maybe 10 different cuttings, 10 different parts of the plant, and try it. So I'm gonna cut that one at a 45-degree angle, cut off the top leaves like this. This would be a good one. It's gonna multiply here, like it's gonna double in branches. Now take off 2 leaf nodes, basically, like that. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off too, just because I don't want them touching the pot or nothing. I don't want the leaves touching anything in here. You know, scratch it like this. Simple. Get it a little wet. Some hormone. For the plant needs hormone. For me, I need coffee. So it's gonna go right in here, and I don't want to move it. Pack it in tight. It's not gonna hurt it because I got so much perlite in here. These root pretty quick. This shouldn't take that long to root. That's a nice looking cutting right there. That's gonna turn into a nice bush. These grow fast, you know. If you already know wax leaves, they grow fast. So that's a perfect, picture perfect cutting right here. So what I'm going to do is, I have this with other cuttings that I have started in here. This is like a mini greenhouse. And I'm going to mist everything. Just keep, if anything, keep a little water in the bottom, you know, and it'll just keep it real humid in here. And just mist everything every once in a while. Just don't keep everything soaking wet. Actually, that's not going to go in here. There are other things that are going to go in here. I have this one set up because I have a different test area that I'm testing with a container like this. Because a lot of people that live in apartments or don't have big yards or whatever, or greenhouses, they want to know about growing in here. So this is a test for them. All right. Okay. I think we're done here. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in some dirt. That one will root. I got another one here. I can make 2 more. Same thing. Cut it about right there, and cut off this crooked part. You have 2 more little plants. Okay. I hope y'all got some good information out of here. I got plenty more videos coming. Everybody stay safe. Live, love, and learn. Before I start sounding too cheesy, I better shut up. Okay, so it's been about 7 weeks-ish that I took these cuttings off this wax leaf ligustrum. I'm going to see if it's got roots. I have more in the other little greenhouse. Okay. Yeah, there's the root. There's a little root. It's hard to see. Let me get real close. See the root right there? Growing. Well, I'm going to flip it over, but it might spill. There's one. See that root? That root. And that root. And that root. So there you have it. Just make sure any plants you propagate, they're not patented. You can read the tag. It'll tell you, or you'll have a little number on it. Just don't mess with them. You can just buy them. Okay, like and subscribe. I appreciate you stopping by again. All right, thank you.